Good morning, Michael. I'm hearing something about Donald Trump's sneaker drop. Tell me more.
Yeah, Hena, hey, good morning. It was a busy Saturday for Donald Trump. He started in Philadelphia, then headed over to Michigan. Let's start with what he did in Philly, because he did what exactly you're talking about right now. Donald Trump dropping a new line of sneakers. It's called Trump sneakers. There are 3 different pairs as part of this line, different styles, different colors, ranging in price from $199 to $399, a hefty price tag right now. And look, it comes as the former president is looking to raise money for his campaign as he's facing these mounting legal proceedings. And the Biden campaign did respond to this in a pretty interesting way. And I think we have the statement of what came from them. Hena, we had Michael Tyler, the communications director for Biden-Harris 2024, write, quote, Donald Trump showing up to hawk bootleg off-whites is the closest he'll get to any Air Force Ones ever again for the rest of his life. Of course, a play right there on the sneaker Air Force One. So it shows that right now, as we're heading into South Carolina and then the Michigan contest, the campaign is really heating up, and the Biden campaign looking at this as a potential general election lineup hitting back at the former president. Now let's talk about the second part of his day, Hena. He headed over to Michigan, where he rallied voters there in the Wolverine state, a state that he won in 2016, lost in 2020, obviously looking to pick up again now in 2024. He railed against his various legal challenges, and he also leaned into the issue of immigration, which is top polls as what is most important and a largest concern to voters in the 2024 cycle. And he coined a new term, migrant. Biden and migrants, combining that together to put a spotlight on what the president, he says, has done with the situation at the southern border. Let's take a listen to him rolling out that new term.
Because Joe Biden allowed this to happen, we will call it from now on Biden migrant crime, okay? It's migrant crime. We'll call it, I got it, migrant. Let's call it migrant. Biden crime. Oh, that's good. That's smart. Migrant crime.
So right there, Hena, what we hear, the former president really leaning into this issue of immigration, which we have seen several times on the campaign trail. We saw this particularly in New York 3 last week, that special election to replace former Congressman George Santos. Immigration is looking like it is going to be the issue on the campaign trail this year, and we're seeing those candidates lean in. Hena, whether or not it will be effective, the voters will tell us that at the polls.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.